The only one who can learn is the Meichita, or Davidson.
Rav Chaim sagt auch nicht, was ist aus zu reden. Was ist noch Rav Chaim?
How did Rav David Leibovich know him, the Meichita?
They were both in New York, weiß ich nicht. I'm sure you know. They were in New York at the same time. The Meichita was there 4 or 5 years before he passed. He passed away mid-toothache. He got a poison tooth, never he went away. He was 51, 52 years old, the Meichita, when he passed away. Yeah.
Rav David Leibovich?
Rav David, maybe.
Rav David also died, yeah.
Rav David also passed away.
Everybody died young in those days. You understand? They didn't have all the medicines. You don't.
Yeah, no.
You understand?
Rabban did. Rabban lived till. Rabban must have been about Shivim, yeah. Definitely, yeah.
Rabban Color?
Rabban
68, 69.
A little over 70, yeah.
The Chiddush was the Chavetz Chaim, as my
The Brisker Rav was also about Shivim when he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, but others, yeah, very. Rabbi Shimon mag jong gewesen. Rabbi Robert mag jong gewesen. Rabbi Chaim Moshe mag jong. I mean,
Who in Europe?
They were not 100 years old, but they were 75.
Rabbi Shimon Shkop taught younger boys or older boys? Rabbi Shimon Shkop. Rabbi Shimon Shkop. He taught the older boys or younger boys?
Older ones.
The older ones?
Die alle zijn zetten. Rab Shmuel Chazovsky is Talmid. Je weet wat Shmuel Chazovsky, de one in Panje.
Panovich, ja.
De grootste Rosh Yeshiva zijn. Die ben er boven. All zijn Talmidim, all of them were Islam. Older.
Rav Zalman was a Talmud of his, no? No?
The same age as Rab Shimon. Maybe he was 2 years younger.
Oh, really?
Sure. Yeah, he was a Ben Shmoynim, Rabbi Soloveitchik, he passed away. He lived on milk. In Yerushalayim, he went a professor, Rachmalevich. He was the head of in the Hebrew University, in the medical school, the head of the internal department. He was considered the biggest doctor in Yerushalayim. He said, Rabbi Zalman, milk is poison for you. You're not allowed to drink it. And he lived on milk. And he himself says he cannot explain it.
Yeah?
Malevich had gesagt.
He can't explain it.
I told him, and I know it's poison for him. And he lived only on milk. Yeah.
It's amazing. They had no money in Europe. And what Rav Kook's yeshiva in Israel, they had money in Eretz Yisrael, they had money? Rav Kook's yeshiva had money? There was...
Erev Fischl gave him geld.
He gave money.
Erev Fischl was the big son. He built and he gave money and everything.
Did your father know Harry Fischl?
What? Harry Fischl
Was in New York.
He was in New York at that time. He was in the real estate business.
Did your father know him?
What?
Did your father know him?
Who, Harry Fischl? Probably did. Harry Fischl was not a rabbi.
Right, yeah. But he gave a lot of money.
He was a big supporter of Rav Kook, the yeshiva. And then he built the Machone Rav Fischl, which is a koilel.
He built the Beis HaRav. And the koilel he made, right?
He gave a fortune to Harry Fischl. He was and he gave him. And then at the end he settled in Eretz Yisrael. And he's buried in the yard of the Machone Rav Fischl because he died. Just with the Arabs were fighting, you couldn't get to the Hazezim. So
where is it located? Where is this Harry Fischl located? Where you learned?
In
Gula. What street? Where?
Machone Fischl.
Machone Fischl.
Tremendous library. Oh God.
That's where you learned. Rabbi Grodner was there. That's where you were.
Alles in the Shaul Lieberman gewinnt dort.
Shaul Lieberman was there?
Shaul Lieberman was there.
What year was that? What year?
That was in the 30s. The big Kufa was 34, 35, 36.
When you were there, who would ran Machane Fischl?
Fischl is nog gewesen.
In your days.
Judel Grodner gewesen, Rabbi Shimon Strelitz gewesen, Frischmann gewesen, Rabbi Novich gewesen, Tumim, gewesen, der Sachse gewesen. Sie gehen noch, mein größer Lomden, größer.
But who ran it? Who was the one who oversaw it? Who was no
Rav Cook's brother. He got a brother Rab Ber, Rab Doib Cook. He lived there. Rab Doib was the head of the Machone Rav.
Is that right? Rav Cook's brother.
Yeah, I don't know when he passed away, but he was
Did
a
he learn in
young brother of Rav Cook.
Did he learn in Volozhin also? Or?
Ich bin ein größer Mensch, der Rab Doib.
He learned in Volozhin or not?
Weiß ich.
No.
I have no idea.
You met him? I'm saying you saw him?
Yeah. I met him. In learning, I didn't know him. He lived there. I think at the time he was already a little
old.
But listen, the Kuf of Machone official really was 10 years before I was there. Maybe a little more. I was there in 46, 47, 48.
Because Rav Cook was gone. Probably when Rav Cook was alive.
Was already passed away in the
I'm
35,
saying when Rav Cook was alive,
35.
it was probably a big thing.
And this was it started in 32, 33. They printed a few chiburim. They printed the 5 Rishonim Amoid Cotton. It's a classical work, no?
Yeah, it's from there?
It does. Yeah, but it says Rabbi Yechiel mi Paris Amoid Cotton. It's dort da an Aishit Kubetz. They 5 Kis Beyad Amoid Cotton. They printed younger light that learned in Machone Rav. Yeah. He came later, Eric Fisher. He was very old already. And he moved in there. There were a few apartments. And he passed away.
He was a European balabas? He came from Europe?
Originally he was in Europe, I think so.
Yeah.
But he made his money in New York. He was in the real estate business.
You saw him? You met him? I mean, you knew who he was?
I remember what he looked like. I saw him once or twice. When I was a Machone official, but I used to go there all the time.
Right.
He was in America. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there yet. But Lieberman had left already. Lieberman had already gone. Years earlier.
Way before I came.
Way before you.
Lieberman left in 39, 40.
Where was he before?
He was 7 years. He left 7 years before I came.
Where was he before Harry Fischel?
What?
Where was he before he went to Harry Fischel?
I have no idea.
He was in Slobodka for a
Slobodka, York. And Chazanish is a cousin.
Right. There's a story I heard about.
I don't know.
Wait, the Chazanish wasn't in Eretz Yisrael.
I have no idea. I don't know.
The Chazanish wasn't in Eretz Yisrael.
I don't know where he was before. I don't know when he came to Eretz Yisrael. I have no idea. I don't know much about it. Richtig.
Did anybody in your days go learn by their Brisker? Did anyone learn by their Brisker Rav in Yerushalayim in those days?
Yeah, I given Schwab. Yeah, gata.
Were the Talmidim learn by him then?
He had so geisnet gata. A koilo no.
He had Kaviyachal Kailo.
He had 7, 8. Besides his children.
Were you able to go talk to him ever? Were you able to see him?
Yeah, I talked to him in the house.
Yeah.
Aber Greenblatt hat er nicht gesagt damals. He wasn't well. She started, they stopped then. But they were learning. They used to learn the Bismedrash in Geula and by the Bukhara. That's where the Brisker learned.
Who is it?
That's where the Ravel's group learned.
That's where, Who was in that group? Who?
Yechus Rabel, Rab David, his children.
The children?
Turchin, gewesen.
Was it? Was the Emek Bracha there? Was that? He had passed away already?
He passed away. The Norden is given. Rabbi Chachai, Mittergesen, Krasnitsky.
Krasnitsky?
His name was Krasnitsky. He lived a very long time. Ich habe ihn gut gekannt. Gewann ein alter Mira, noch Zeit von Ramichlin. Gewann die gute Wochen gewann. Und hat gewohnt an der Schiddach. He couldn't do a Schiddach in Europe. Said, go phone, get out to Israel. I've shut on a Schiddach. He had no money, he told me. And he went into Rabbi Yeruchem. Rabbi says, I will lend you money. And he gave him money to buy a ticket to go to Israel. And he got married in Yerushalayim. Und dann noch, der Rabbi ist gekommen, ist gewinn in Bla, ist gewinn
by him.
Wer noch gewinn? Und der gewinn, der Rebbe. Mittergesen in Tel Aviv. that he can't learn. A Chassidischer Rebbe, a gewohner Rebbe. Der Tate gewinnt a Rebbe. Damals ist noch gewinnt ein Gaman.
Who?
But then he became a Rebbe. I'll remember in a few minutes.
A guy who learned.
Brisker Rav gewinnt.
Yeah.
A Chassidischer, gelernt beim Rav, the größte Talmidim. His name was Zabaldamana.
What type of chassid was he? What type of chassid?
Gewinnt gestammt für Chassidim. The Rebbe was a
Alexander Chassidim,
The
Ger
Rebbe was a
Chassidim.
Rebbe in Tel Aviv. He was a Rebbe for Europe noch. Rebbe passed away, he became the Rebbe. But Vater Rein hat gelernt beim Rav. A Sachjon.
Ja.
Aber gewinnt a Chassidischer. Wer noch gewinnt? Wait 1 minute. I don't think he was there, Plachinsky, I don't think so. I don't think so. He said he did, I don't think he was, but anyway. Sie gewähren andere, sie gewähren. Wer noch gewähren? I'm trying to think, I don't know. She went maybe 6 or 7. And the children, you know, gewähren Rebel, Rab David, Folie, Foil. Yeah.
And Ramichel, did he learn by him in Europe at all or not?
Who?
By the Brisker Rav or not?
Rab Michel hat gelernt in Brisker, war der.
He did learn by Brisker Rav in Brisker.
Was sagt Jung?
Yeah, really? Before Mir.
Many years.
Before Mir.
No, while he was a Mir.
Why was a Mir?
Die ganze Meister ist doch auch gefangen in Mir. You know who started it? Rabbi Soloveitchik. Rabbi Soloveitchik
Took him into his house.
When he was over in Eretz Yisrael, went to Poland one time, and he saw the Mir Rosh Yeshiva Rabbi Zil. He says, I want to ask you something. That he knew that Mir had. I said, well, why don't you arrange on against the Brisker Rav doesn't have anyone to go to the Brisker Rav to learn by him a Brisk. So he caught on to the idea, Rabbi Zil, and he did that. I'm afraid of Brisker Rav.
Who, Rabbi Yudel? So go learn by him.
Yeah, so.
And Ramichel went also.
But until then,
One of the
Brisker-
first.
Who, Ramichel? Really? Ramichel was one of the first Talmidim.
Yeah.
Until then, the Brisker Rav didn't have any Talmidim?
What?
Until then, the Brisker Rav didn't have any Talmidim?
Well, you got it.
He didn't give Shurim.
Mit die Yeshiva hat gebat geschart das gegangen. Hat gat Yechidim, hab lei Pomeranchi drei mit gebrochen, wenn a Brisker, die Brisker sind rein von dort wie Yeshiva. Paller, wie ein Paller, die gute.
Yeah, I'm a Paula from Borough Park.
Ja, aber die was aber anfangen mit dem Blatt, wie mir sagte, das hat nicht gehabt. Until they came, no.
Rabbi Yonah Minsker was probably
I
there.
was there, yeah. The Brisker Rav said, Rabbi Yonah Minsker, when I see a shtickle terror of his, when I see a shtickle terror of his, I think that I wrote it.
The Brisker Rav said that. When he sees a shtickle for Rabbi Yonah Minsker from New Zealand. Ha here. I think I wrote it.
Dachte ich mir, als er meine.
Wow.
Ja, ich bin da Goen, ja, Gabel Rabbe gegeben. Oi,
So Rabbi Michel was there way back. At the beginning. All right.
How did you know Reb Michal?
Michel came to New York after the beginning of the war. And places I met him, so I used to go into him. Then he decided, he says, I'm going to go to Boston, come with me. So that's. Before that, I used to go into Syria and learn with him a bit. He was a very friendly person like you and I. Just like that. We look at it there. Atzugelos na mensch. My sechava, never like a Rebbe again. My sechava.
It wasn't because your father didn't overlap with him in Brisk, right?
What?
Your father and he didn't overlap in Brisk at all.
He didn't what?
Overlap with your father in Brisk, right?
That nothing to do with it. No. My father knew the Bill Brisker from Brisk, but no, Ramichal was not a Brisker.
Right.
Ramichal was learning Brisk. That's why he met his wife the first time in Brisk. Some Nishchasnik had a Shidach Yavor Shpeta based on that. So het geest nog in Polen dat het weer naar Eden. Oh, maar Yeshua is dat wat je zeggen ook. Heb je los je nou erger?
Maar dan wordt het meestal.
Ja, dat kan toch niet zijn, los je nou.
Waar is het over?
Hij zei dus gewend. That's how it was. Rav David had gesagt, but I wasn't there when he passed away. They say that Rav David and the Levaya said in Nefesh HaChaim it says Chaim Volozhner Sefer that the Rishonim used to be Mekane. They were jealous only of one who's a Balsvori Yishon. Dat gleich gekommen. Also sagt das gleich. Das sagt das Ramil. Steht in Nefesh HaChaim. Der Rishonim so America got sharp and careful. You see, you know what I mean. Yeah, Roche is only for one story.
Who was older when they were in Boston, Rav Michal or Rabbi Yosheber? Who was older?
The Boston now?
Yeah, Rabbi Yosheber or Rav Michal?
Rabbi was older.
Rabbi Yosheber was older?
Not much. Wait a minute. Maybe 2-3 years older.
Did they know each other from before, from Brisk?
Oh, Rabbi Shabbat was never in Brisk. Do you know Rabbi Shabbat didn't grow up in Brisk?
Oh, he was in Hussein.
Rabbi Shabbat, ik ben in Hussein, ben ik ben in Ingel. Ja, de Brisk dan, ik ben in Warsje. Staat ik ben al in Warsje. Ja, ik heb niet ben in Brisk.
Rabbi Yosheber was in
Ik ben bij Rab Chaim. Rab Chaim was not in Brisk.
Where was he?
He didn't get back to Brisk. He was doing the war. He was in Warsje. That's where he passed away. That's where he was by Rab Chaim. By the Bar Mitzvah.
Right. Oh, Rabbi Yosheber was never in Brisk.
He was never in Brisk.
That's amazing.
I never lived. I can't tell you that he was never there.
But he didn't learn in Brisk. He didn't learn in Brisk.
But he would never lived in Brisk.
Wow.
He would be Mitzias. He never lived in Brisk. Correct.
That's interesting. Rav Michal did. That's amazing.
Rav Michal just learned.
Learned,
He came to some block. Yeah.
Did Rabbi Yosheber ever talk about his Zayda of Chaim in Boston? Did you ever talk about him?
He never skipped a day without it.
He never what?
He never skipped a shir without Rab Chaim.
Is that right?
Of course
That's all.
not. Chaim? Yeah. Yeah. Brisk ist gebeut auf Rab Chaim. Ja. Wie hat gesagt, Rav Moshe, zum Taten kommt keiner nicht. I told you.
The what?
Sie gewinnen in Passé, sie gewinnen auf Label Cats, Leon Cats. He learned in YU. His father was a big Rav in Pesach Tikva, Rav Reuven Katz, the Degel Reuven. He was a shrewd guy. this Leon, Label Kes in America called Leon. He was in Passaic maybe 50 years. But he learned in YU, Yeshiva Rabbi Soloveitchik, he learned Rav Moshe, Shebet's father. So he one time he took a walk with Rav Moshe, and Rav Moshe was lauding Rabbi Yosheber. He was telling him how great he is.
Yeah.
Berlin, the son. So he had a big mouth, he told me. So I say to him, maybe he's as big with a tate.
So Rabbi Yosheber like a Zeta, right?
He said this was on Amsterdam Avenue. That's a big street in New York.
Yeah.
So he says, Rav Moshe stopped. And he started to shout,
Let's go.
Zum Taten kommt keiner nicht.
That's it.
To my father,
No one.
no one comes. Yes. It's in two ways. Das wissen der Pshazok-Label. Das meint er sich zu sagen, Rabbi Yosheber would get there, but nobody can be like Rabbi Chaim. He said, do you understand what I mean?
There.
Zum Taten kommt keiner nicht. Das ist Brisk. Es ist Takebel, es ist Rabbi Yosheber, es ist aus dem Nachas, was gehabt von ihm. I used to sit to hear his Torah, aber zum Taten kommt keiner nicht.
I gotta go. Tell you.
Rabbi Chaim kommt keiner nicht. That's the bottom line, Rabbi Isai. Geitchen Gesundheit. Yeah, we may not have learned, but gerät weglernen.